There is nothing wrong with your music player. Everything you hear is being carried out as we intend. We control the treble and the bass. The imaginative processes between your ears are now under our influence. Do not attempt to adjust this podcast. You're listening to Relative Dimensions.
Well, hello there, everyone. It is episode 15 of Relative Dimensions. This is your Sunday night geek talk show. My name's Chris Brenshaw. I'm one of your hosts, and that guy over there is Philip.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Philip over here, Admiral Viper, if anyone plays Star Trek. I think I'm going to start referring to myself as Admiral Philip.
Yeah, why don't we actually, refer you as guy in the frame, Philip?
Guy in the frame, Philip? Oh, I don't want to be... okay. I could be like the claw. You just see my hand. Gadget!
I'll get you, Gadget!
Good times.
Okay. Yeah, so 30 minutes after we were supposed to start recording.
That's okay.
That's okay, because what did we learn today? The saying is still true. It still holds.
That's
Happy wife, happy life.
That's right.
So
If Mama ain't happy,
ain't nobody
happy.
happy. So Ashley hadn't eaten in a while and was feeling kind of ill, but she was like, I got to go get some food. So I was like, no. You stay here. I got this. So I was like, I told the chat room, be back in 15 minutes. And then I had to have 15 minutes to eat. Didn't plan on that part. So
There we go. Boom. That's
I'm
okay.
back
That's
from my
right.
trip.
And your front. You're
Yeah.
both here.
It's a joke.
That's
I get it. It's a joke.
It's from a Disney movie years and years ago.
Which one?
The second Aladdin movie.
Oh, Return of Jafar?
Yeah.
How do I know that?
I don't know. Paste.
Oh, man.
That's what I want to do. Yes, allow access.
Okay, so,
Ah,
actually, man, my mind's just all over the place.
it happens.
Ah!
There we go. Yay, I contributed to the show notes.
Oh, I saw that. I didn't know I just figured we'd talk about that when we were talking about Star Trek.
Yeah. But it's like,
Or-
I actually have a link we can
Yes,
look at, too. So
yes.
it's like, I contributed. Yay.
Speaking of show notes.
How about some current events?
So, by the way, I want to say thanks to everyone in the chat room. We record here live, typically on Tuesday nights. Or Tuesday, what am I talking about? Sunday night. I'm all messed up in the brain.
I know, man. Jersey messed with you.
But
What's going
Jersey
on
did
there?
mess with me. It's Sunday nights, 7 o'clock Eastern time. Then we have the after show, which this week I wanted to play Diablo 3, but somebody...
Somebody had to pay the car bill.
Yeah, it's true. That's a little
That's,
bit more important.
Got to be able to get here every week.
So we're going to go with the Blizzard game. We're just going to play WoW.
So had a random thing. So I'm yesterday I'm playing Star Trek. I was doing the feature episode rerun to get my Breen Bridge Officer,
Okay.
and Steam community pops up that one of my friends is playing Diablo 3.
Really?
Yeah. Same face I made. I was like, huh? No. Blizzard didn't like Steam being all up in their business, and here I am.
I guess it's because Steam was running while Diablo 3 was running. It recognized that, hey, this is running, and...
That could, unless he did the, like you can go into Steam and you can tell it to activate certain games that are already
you
on your
can
computer.
add game. Was it me?
No, it wasn't you. It wasn't you.
Okay. Okay, so, I thought you were saying it was me.
No.
No. Then, yeah, I would say it's probably someone that's added it to their...
Just so I can have everything in one menu. But I was like, that's kind of,
Yeah. So...
Yep.
Yeah, I had my trip to Jersey.
Trip to Joyzy.
Yeah.
You're alive.
Yeah.
You're not missing any kidneys.
It took me a while to get out of Jersey.
Okay.
So, I went to while I was there because I was working like nonstop all week except for Sunday. They give us off Sundays,
Okay.
and I was only like 30 minutes to an hour from Red Bank, New Jersey, which is where Kevin Smith's comic book store was from Comic Book Men.
Gotcha.
So I was like, I've got nothing better to do. I'll make a trip up. So, first of all, after living in this somewhat rural area, it's like in the middle of like downtown. So it's just like, I get all weird because I'm like, what are all these buildings doing so close to each other? I don't get, what are all these people doing here? And then like driving, there's so many streets to go down.
Yeah, because around here, we've got a lot of stuff, kinda, but it's spread out.
Yeah.
Over like 10 miles, maybe.
You mean I gotta
Not
walk
even that.
across the street?
Actually,
So I picked up that over there.
Uh-huh.
If you look behind you, that clerk's figure, it's signed.
Oh.
So they had a lot of course, his merchandise. And I figured being the action figure aficionado, I should flip on the right camera.
There we go.
So it's Over the Hill.
Over the hill.
Older yet no wiser. Kevin Smith.
It's a Kevin Smith variant figure.
Yeah.
All right.
So they had so much of this. Like, it's a comic book store.
It's not mint condition packaging.
That could have been me. I don't care.
Okay.
I would have opened it too, except for it's signed. If it wasn't signed, I'd open it.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, they got all. It's a standard comic book store, but then on top of that, it's got a whole bunch of Kevin Smith stuff. They got like posters from his movies. There's like some of the outfits some of the people wearing, like Clerks 2. We got. It was so weird because afterwards I went home. I went back to the hotel and I watched an episode of Comic Book Men.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, I totally recognize everything now.
See the little on the back right there. They have Series 1 Clerks. They got Jay and Silent Bob, but where did Randall and Dante go?
I don't know. I saw that.
Yeah. That's kind of.
But yeah. By the way, that figure over there, the Flash, that was the first of that subscription service I was telling you about. It came yesterday.
It's pretty neat. This is signature original Ye Oldie Flash.
Yeah, the
Jay
original
Garrick.
Flash. That one, I'm keeping that one in the packaging too, just because. And so, like, this isn't I'm afraid it's going to lose its value. This is I think it looks better. Like, it just displays better in its packaging.
So, I read the first part of the first sentence there. All right.
What?
And really,
Yeah, he got his powers by inhaling fumes.
he got his powers from secondhand smoke. That's what happened.
Well, actually, it was like heavy water is what they called it originally in the comics. It's gotten retconned a bunch of times, but yeah,
basically,
he
got
was
his
a
powers from
druggie.
secondhand smoke. That's what it was. He was huffing the paint.
Dude was huffing paint, and now he's on speed.
It's cocaine. That's what it was. He was just going really fast.
Oh my god! Oh my god! So, yeah. Speaking of Jersey, no, actually, I will wait to talk about Diablo 3 because a lot of my deals with Diablo 3 has to do with some of my
what's going on
hotel
in Jersey?
issues.
Gotcha.
So,
There we
I played the news music, so we should actually play,
I
or
need
we
to-
should actually talk about some news.
There we go.
I looked up some stuff on. I found some MechWarrior stuff.
All right, that's kind of awesome.
MechWarrior Online. I was telling you. I showed you. Closed beta and founders program. Gives you starting June 19th. So this game's a lot further along than we had originally talked. We discussed this last time, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like the first I had heard about it, but this has apparently been going on for a while. It's about to release.
That's kind of awesome.
Yeah, which is really sweet. MechWarrior Online is going to be free to play with microtransactions. The Founders Program is something they initiate. It's going to be able to get it starting June 19th. If you pay $30, you get $40 of in-game currency, which you can buy for various sort of stuff. A month of its premium account status, which, I mean, similar to the way a lot of free-to-play stuff goes.
Yeah.
A Founders Tag and Early Access. The $60 Elite Package gives you $80 of currency, 2 months of premium status, everything else, and an exclusive battle mech. That's pretty awesome.
That sounds a little worth it. to get a battle mech.
Depends on what the battle mech is. They need
Does-
to they need
yeah.
to show me the battle mech.
If it, yeah, if it's did you play any of the two
Yep.
console ones?
I want the Mad Cat.
Um,
I love the Mad
like
Cat.
the Mad Cat. The
Just the little, you got the little pod with the two. It's the one with the two. It's got the two. For arms, it has two
Like
guns.
two Gatling guns and then two missile
The
pods.
two missile pods up here. It's kind of shorter.
But it's quick.
Yeah,
It's nice and fast little thing.
yeah. I like the Mark II version. Also, is where they added. It's a little bit beefier, bulkier. It's not as fast, but they added jump jets on it.
Yep.
Which is awesome. Just because I love like flying above and just like falling down on people like death
As
from
you're
above.
shooting. Yeah, that's what everybody wants.
Back in the, because I did for a while, I played the BattleTech miniatures game,
Okay.
where you could build your own mech, or use like the mechs they had, and you place the mechs on like a grid, and you like move them around, and you got extra you could do, that was a move you could do. It was called Death from Above, where you jumped above them and just like, you weren't shooting. You just brought your 2-ton or multi-ton mech on top of theirs. You know.
Plant your foot in the cockpit.
Yeah. So, that's pretty awesome. I can't wait for that. Secondly, we got another MMO on the way from
Looks
Marvel.
Pretty sweet.
Marvel Heroes is what their MMO is going to be called. And we got the first trailer. Links to all this are in the show notes, by the way, or will be. I don't know. You can make a trailer do just about anything you want.
Yeah. That is the. They did. It looked like they had some actual gameplay.
It looks
footage.
like they did, but that can always be doctored too.
Yep.
So once we see some actual gameplay and a little bit more understanding how it's going to work, because you're going to be able to play actual Marvel characters and not create your own. I don't know.
Have a team of like 5 Iron Men running around.
Oh my god. No. 5 Hulks.
5 Hulks. There we go.
Because the secret is I'm always angry.
That's right. You're always angry. 5 Thors.
Yeah.
We're just gonna get punched in the face by the 5 Hulks.
Bam.
Beauty. I still love it where he's smashing the crap out of Loki, and then he stops and looks at him for a second,
Oh yeah.
and then just goes back
keeps-
to it.
And then just goes back. So. There was that. You put Prometheus on here.
Prometheus on.
Is
there,
this the movie?
man. It's the movie.
Okay, this isn't your Star Trek thing.
No, because I talk about that way too much. But yes, this movie looks so amazing. If you go to its official website, it's I can put it in there. It's PrometheusProject.com. Someone told me, they were like, yeah, it's gonna be it's the prequel to all the Alien movies.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No, I had no idea. I went to the
It's the prequel, but not a prequel.
right.
Like, it's not. It doesn't have anything to do with aliens. It's just set in the same universe.
Set in the same universe. When you the very first Predator movie, all right, the ship that they were on was owned by Mr. Wayland.
Yeah.
When you go to the website, it talks about you joining Wayland Industries.
Right.
So it's like
And the shit in Aliens, it was like the Weyland Utini Corporation or whatever.
Mhm.
So yeah, I need to get caught up on all those movies. Like, I've seen, honestly, between the Alien Predator, the one I've seen the most of is Predator 2.
with Danny Glover.
Danny Glover. So I really need to see, because I don't think I've seen any of the Alien movies. I have them on DVD, and I will confess that I lose geek cred for not seeing that. But
The one we'll have to pay attention to is the very first one.
right,
Because that was the thing running around all the movie site forums, was the because we saw the trailer during Avengers,
right,
and the alien that's sitting in the chair in the first Alien movie, they come across a guy sitting in a chair with his chest exploded,
oh,
and they're like, "Oh, it's the guy," and then the the shape of the alien ship is the thing that caught it for me was I watched the preview on TV, and it was the style of the hallways. The way the hallways were shaped, kind of circularly. But then I also noticed that the hallways on the Millennium Falcon look exactly the same. Star Wars is on all day.
Oh God. When is June 8th?
June 8th is.
So that's a week from Friday?
Friday's the 1st, yep. So Friday. 2
Okay.
Fridays from now.
All right. So I got at least a weekend to watch.
Yep.
Maybe I will go see it the first weekend. Give me
Okay.
some time to watch all the movies.
Gotta pace yourself.
Yeah. And there's the whole money factor.
Yeah.
And then we'll use this as a bridge.
Okay. We can bridge.
And now what you've been waiting for, the main event.
No, what you're really waiting for is for me to talk about Diablo 3.
Yes.
That's awesome. But what we're going to do instead is you brought up Star Trek Online Season 6, and this will probably,
Yes.
we always talk about Star Trek Online, so we'll just kind of bridge the gap here.
Yep.
So,
Season 6.
Season 6. Star bases.
Star bases. Player creatable star bases.
And they're going to be. I saw an article on this, by the way. They're talking about the artwork, where you're going to start off with like a small base, and then you can upgrade it to like bigger and bigger.
Yep. From what I'm reading in here, is it gets you up to like 5 levels, and pretty much it's for your fleets. Like your fleets will
Right.
it'll be a hub for your fleet, that type of thing.
Right.
Um,
Now, here's what I want to know: is this going to be like out in space somewhere,
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
or is this like your ship where you just like zone into it?
If what I read on here,
I
let me see.
think it'd be awesome is if you could
if you're like
pick a
flying through
spot.
sector space,
You
and
could
then
pick a spot in space and be like, I want our fleet base to be here,
Mhm.
and you could see where other fleet bases are.
That
you
could
know.
be.
Where like, say you have like a bunch of fleets that are organizing an event, and like, okay, come to our fleet base, which is located in sector blah.
Give me a second here. Let me tiers. Yep. So the base gets bigger over time.
Yeah.
It comes in 5 tiers. I think they're pretty much all gonna kind of look like a Earth space dock.
Okay.
But
But I bet you can customize the inside of it.
I think so.
So
it's like it. This is all in.
who
like
cares what the
preliminary-
outside looks like?
Yeah, it could look like a board cube for all you really care. That's
That'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
You take like your star bases. You took an old abandoned board cube that didn't self-destruct,
hey,
and it's a research colony.
that's right. We're a research colony now.
So, what else is season 6?
Well, this was just the first developers blog on
okay.
season 6. So it's let me. Has anything else dropped in yet? Nope. It's still just that first one.
Okay.
Important links. I can probably see. Halt, cadet! You've entered an area of the ship that no longer exists. Been warped to another dimension. Better head back before you end up lost in the Delta Quadrant. I clicked on a broken link on the Star
Nice.
Trek website.
So, anything else you want to talk about Star
Ship
Trek
is in a
Online?
good place. Nope, that was pretty much everything.
That was it. Nothing
was-
about what you've been doing
There
recently.
was news on season 6. Well, they here in May they were replaying all of the
Yep.
featured
And you
episodes.
wanted to play some to get some of the bonuses.
Went through and got the for people who watched Next Generation.
Uh huh.
If you remember an episode where Data loses his head,
And it goes back in time.
goes back in time, meets Mark Twain, and all that stuff. Well, the Davidians, they were the race of people. The
Right.
guy, the man and the woman who were walking around with the snake canes, sucking out people's life energy. Well, you get that as a ground device. It's not a weapon; it's a device.
Oh.
Then there's Riemann and Breen bridge officers.
Yep.
And then there's the Shard of Possibilities from
Which we already had.
which I don't use. I just have it. It sits in my bank.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah.
So.
But that's our Star Trek Online news.
Diablo.
Diablo 3.
Okay.
What's it like, brother?
So, if I could actually. There we go.
All right.
So, I got Diablo 3. Installed it on this. I installed it on both computers because I knew I was going to be leaving. I had them pre-installing everything, downloading them overnight and installing. So when I woke up the morning of the 15th, I usually get up at like 6 to get ready for work up. I woke up at 5:30.
I saw your Facebook post. No, I totally did not wake up half an hour early to play Diablo. Totally.
So I was like, I've been waiting so long. I've been here. So I just want, just a taste.
Uh-huh.
I did get to work on time.
There you go.
So, I mean, it's tempting to keep playing. Took me a long time to get the bug, the Diablo bug.
Okay.
And work is partially to blame for that. Because I couldn't allow myself to play and to get totally into it because I had this work trip.
Gotcha.
Because, like, I had that little bit I played in the morning. That night, I played some upstairs on my laptop, which is older than this computer anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So it was already looking worse on my computer upstairs. I mean, not as good, we'll just say.
Right.
Then I go on travel. And the thing I learned over the week, because, one, everyone's just playing it, like, ripping through this. By that Sunday, my brother had beaten the game. And, like, I am just now on I just finished Act 2.
Okay.
There's 4 acts, so I am halfway through the normal mode. And everyone was just like, bam, 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 going up. And I'd, like, getting maybe an hour a night maybe to play with work. Because I'd be getting back to my hotel room, like, 9 o'clock every night.
Oh, wow.
I'd have, like, an hour to play. I'd play till about 10, and then I'd have to go to bed because I'd be getting up at, like, super early in the morning. I was working long days, man. And just even, like, that's the Sunday that when I came back from going to Red Bank, that was the first time I really got to sit down and just kind of flat out go through a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
Even then, it just never really got me. And I was just kind of like, did all this get really overhyped?
Which is possible.
It's a fun game, but it just wasn't grabbing me. Then I came home, and I came back to this computer. Because let me credit this. Diablo is only being rendered on your computer. Everything, pretty much, from what I've been is server side,
Okay.
for the most part. So it relies heavily on your internet connection to be able to do anything. So when I was in New Jersey, my hotel Wi-Fi was crap. Crap. Like, this is something, like, internet providers and businesses got to understand that we are moving to a more internet phase. They got to get with the program.
Yes.
I did a speed test from my phone on their Wi-Fi. My phone's 3G was faster than this. And we're talking download. We're talking download. The hotel's upload was faster than its download at one point on the phone speed test. We're talking like 0.5 megabytes per second. Oh my God. So, like, my brother, I'm playing with him, he's just, like, jumping all over the screen. I'm like, you have a teleport? He's like, no, you're just lagging that much. It sucked. Like, if I ever played with anybody, it just got so horrible. It was pretty much, he would kill everything, and I would walk around and get all the loot. I'm like, this is no fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I was lagging so much and dying so much just because, like, I'd activated an ability, and, like, 5 seconds later, it would fire. By that point, I'm already dead.
Yep.
So, then I come home. High-speed internet here. Brand spanking new computer. Oh my God. Did that make a world of difference? Everything is... I felt like my character was running on speed or something like that. Because he was just like... I'm like, what the heck is going on? And it's so crisp and beautiful. Oh my God. Like, everybody kept telling me, don't skip the cinematic between the first act and the second act.
Okay.
Everyone was like, don't skip it, it's awesome. I was like, okay. And I was trying to beat it while I was in Jersey. I'm glad I didn't. I waited till I got back here. I finally got done with Act 1. The first night I came back. Oh my gosh, the cinematic is so beautiful. Like, I don't think it's too much of a spoiler. Well, it's a little bit of a spoiler.
Okay.
But it's not that big of one, so I may show it to you afterwards just so you can see how nice it is.
Gotcha.
I won't play it here because I don't want to spoil it for everybody else. But
I can't even find it online. What act was it? One.
don't worry about it.
Gotcha.
We'll play it on this computer so you can see it in full HD.
Gotcha.
Um,
Sweet.
Plus, because there's a cinematics thing you can play in game,
Gotcha.
so it'll run better because we'll play it from the game. And it just that I was grabbed. As soon as I came back and was playing it on this, it was done. So I was playing. I've been playing that like all over the past weekend. I finally hit Burnout yesterday. I started to finally hit Burnout because it's a lot of the same stuff, and I was just going so hard at it.
Run around, kill.
Yeah, run around, kill, loot, click, 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 click,
Kill,
click, click.
health, loot, heal,
Yeah.
health, boss.
Yeah. Although the funny part is then I switched to WoW and I kept trying to click my character everywhere like you do in Diablo.
Yep.
Oh man, I died like a whole bunch when I got loaded WoW up. Which, by the way, you were actually ahead of me in WoW.
I am.
You were at 45.
That's where I think I'm at. Yeah, 45 now.
I was at 43.
Ah.
I spent the past like yesterday and today. I'm now 45 also.
Awesome.
So make sure we're on the same level for like
There we
because they do the PvP arenas in like 5s now. So if
Okay.
you're at 45 and I'm at 43, I think that puts us in 2 separate leagues.
Separate categories.
Because I think it
Gotcha.
goes 40 to 44 and then 45 to 49.
Makes
I think
sense.
that's the way it works.
Makes sense.
So, yeah. You're going to get it eventually, right?
Yes, I will.
And I'm sure with the computer parts you're buying,
Yeah.
it should look pretty awesome.
It should look pretty decent on that laptop.
Yeah. It's not too old.
Yeah, not too old. I'm upgrading to the full 4 gigs of RAM it can handle.
Yeah.
Windows 7 64. A 750 gig hard drive.
Which version of Windows did you get?
Home premium.
Okay.
Yeah, just not.
Because you're
the-
running, you can only get 4 gigs, so it's not that big of a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
running ultimate.
My brother's already beaten it on normal and nightmare.
Oh wow.
Because that's a big thing with Diablo is your character's max level 60, but once you finish the game in normal mode, you can go back to the beginning and now level up by beating the game again. So you finish it in normal and it unlocks nightmare difficulty, and you go through and beat the game again, and then that unlocks hell difficulty, and then finally you get like inferno
That's the one I was looking for. Yeah.
difficulty or whatever.
I was gonna say like insanity, but no, yeah, it's inferno. Because
Yeah.
that was the thing I tried to do in Diablo 2, but
It's
like I kept
For-
trying to level up as much as I could.
right. I should probably get you back in here.
It's alright. Because in Diablo 2, I seriously, it took me a couple hours to beat Diablo because I was a druid.
Yeah.
So the Diablo level is like this weird kind of cross with a
Mhm.
big rock in the middle. That was also a weird little cross. I was able to get myself into a niche. I was like, in one of the corners of the cross where Diablo's on one side. All of his attacks miss me. So I just stood there and kept like spawning wolves and bears and crows and stuff to go attack him. So yeah, it took like 2 hours to do.
From what little I've played of Diablo 2, Diablo 3 is basically Diablo 2 with better graphics.
Okay.
It's a very similar game. Like, there's not much new here,
Okay. Gotcha. Well, because you look.
but
in
it's
the,
still awesome. I'm gonna throw that. It's still awesome game.
You look in the trailers and stuff, and there's something about like some little girl who's running around.
You have to help. It's Deckard Cain's niece.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah. In addition to all the
That's pretty
craziness
sweet.
with Diablo 3, I bought a house.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You're a homeowner.
Well, not yet.
Not yet.
Put in an offer on a house. Offer was accepted.
Ah.
Now we just have to do all the paperwork.
Paperwork's a bitch.
Yeah, but this house is kind of special. It's got some stuff going on with it, so it's gonna be like 3 months before we can actually close on the house. Just because there's a bunch, it has to go through some banks and stuff.
Okay, gotcha.
Not from our point of view, from the buyer. It's a short sale,
Okay, gotcha.
so that was why we were able to get it, because it was like good house, good location, really cheap, and we weren't even looking that hard. And we went and visited it, and we're like, this is pretty awesome for what we need. You know, it needs a lot of work, but like, you know, it's
That's.
what it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about that.
I'm pretty handy with a hammer,
Yeah.
or I can supervise.
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 You do that.
Hey,
No,
hey.
that's my job.
Pick that up. Put
My
another-
job is to supervise.
Your job is supervise. You and I just got tagged in a Facebook post. It's a Mad TV Star Wars parody. They took the Maroon 5's "Moves Like Jagger"
Oh
song,
gosh.
and it's "Moves Like Jabba."
I thought it'd be a good funny. You could do a D&D parody of that song. Like, I got my +2 dagger. I got my +2 dagger.
Yeah, that could work. That
Yeah.
could work. But yeah, it says "The moves like Jabba." We'll have to check that out.
Who
and report
tagged
back.
us?
Jason did.
Oh, of course.
Of course.
So.
Is he like our con?
So, moving down the list.
Moving down the list.
Yesterday, or was it? No, Friday.
Friday.
I came back. We went and got dinner. We were
Mhm.
hanging out. We were in Walmart, and we saw the Light Strike stuff.
Yep.
Which Light Strike is like the laser tag. You may have seen them. They're typically with the Nerf gun stuff. But it's the newest kind of laser challenge thing. Where you wear the vest and you have the gun and you shoot it. And it's home
Yeah,
laser tag.
Home laser tag. Yeah.
So we had been talking about this before because it's like we could do the Nerf dart stuff without having to pick up Nerf darts everywhere.
That's like Nerf is awesome.
Yeah.
That's the only part that sucks.
Yep.
I was actually thinking if we could get a nice some iron or some nickel or some cobalt and somehow embed them in the darts where it wouldn't add much to the weight and it wouldn't hurt you too much if it hit you. But then we just run around with a magnet. Just like Magneto glove and just zzz, pick up all the darts.
Interesting.
I know. It's like, come on, Mr. Engineer. let's think of something.
Yeah. And then the wife and I went to Kmart, and as we're walking inside, they got the racks of clearance stuff outside. I saw
Which is very trusting of them, I gotta say.
Yeah.
That's
I saw the Light Strike stuff, and then I saw the sign that said 50% off. Because the reason we said we weren't getting into Light Strike is because it's so expensive. It's like $40 for the guns, $20 for the vest.
Yep.
We go there, and the problem was like I got to buy 2 of them because I'm gonna want to play with Chloe. So we're talking like $120 worth of equipment alone
at Walmart price.
at Walmart price. We go to Kmart, everything's half off.
Everything's half off the already clearanced sticker price.
Yes, so the guns that were originally $40 are now $15. So I texted Phil, I was like, you need to get your butt over here right now.
Not even joking. I was pulling into IHOP.
Yeah.
I was parked, pulled up the e-brake, phone rings. And it's like, what, huh? Hey, what's up? Did you get your text message? No, I didn't get. Come to Kmart right now. Okay.
You're like, why? And I was like, the Light Strike stuff is like half off. Somebody didn't put their phone on you.
Oh well, you were gone and I was in your chair and I
Oh.
wouldn't know.
So, yeah, we got it. I tried it out today with Chloe.
It's pretty awesome. Yeah.
The guns are nice. The gun actually, I thought it was going to be really cheaply made.
Mhm.
It's decently. Plus, I thought I was going to have to put on all the stickers and stuff.
Okay. Nope. Stickers already on.
Gun comes, all you got to do is pop batteries in. The gun is good to go. The vest, you have to kind of like sync them up, which I'm afraid you probably have to do that every time.
Yeah.
But it's just like you hold a button and shoot, and it lights up with whatever color you're.
Whatever your team color is.
Yep. The vest is my problem.
The way it's positioned on. 'cause,
Yeah.
Like the
They
whole,
got it's got it over one shoulder and then around your body.
Uh-huh.
That vest isn't made to fit anybody.
No.
Like, I put it on Chloe. It's too loose. I can't get it any looser.
Can't get any tighter.
Or no, tighter. Excuse me. I can't get it any tighter. Her grandfather was helping me out because I had some spare Velcro straps, and he was getting it tighter. But it's like falling all.
Yeah.
It's like up here in the corner, kind of like falling off. On me, I have to put it all the way. The opposite side doesn't really fit me very well, but enough.
Because like after I'd left you guys, like I went and I tried it on, and to me it's just that the way it shows in like the pictures and stuff, you got the sensor on your shoulder,
Yeah.
so it can read from like all angles pretty much.
Right.
But then the main unit is like farther towards the middle of your chest.
Right.
It's really only 3 inches away,
Right.
and like that's my issue. It's like this is
They should have
way
got
up here.
like I said, back in the day they had the laser challenge, which was like 2 little reflector things
on your chest,
on your chest.
2 on your back.
Yeah, 2 on your back, and it went over your head and around your waist.
Basically like a life jacket.
Yes. That's what they should have done. I'm tempted to like cut apart
Modify it yourself.
modify it and just got the sensor, shoulder piece, my own, separate strap,
Mhm.
then another one over over this shoulder to keep it straight,
Yep.
and then around the waist. Plus, it's not adjustable at all, really, except for one strap is really
Yep,
adjustable.
only
That's
one
it.
strap's adjustable, and then everything else is
Right.
fixed.
The
It's
gun,
like,
the gun is cool. The targets are cool. The combat vest,
Mm.
not doing it for me.
It could have been designed better.
It could have been designed a lot better.
Okay.
I think it's cool though that if you're shooting an enemy, it
Mhm.
registers it as a hit.
Yeah.
Which is weird because here's the other problem with the combat vest. All right. And this is partly due to the design, but when you're just using the guns and you shoot the gun, when you run out of life, your gun stops working. That's
Yeah.
how you know you're dead. Is the gun malfunctions and stops working. You have to like press the shield button to respawn
Mhm.
to be able to play. With the combat vest, you can still keep going
Really?
because the gun will still keep firing. If you're dead, you just look down and be like, "Oh, let me restart myself," or it's just hard. But the gun, I think it no longer registers your health.
Right. When you're paired to it, it tells you that in both instruction
Right.
booklets. When you're paired to the vest, the health meter on the gun doesn't work.
Right.
Health meter only works in the vest. Now the does the shield button still work on the gun?
Yes.
It does. So you can activate.
I think.
Because the shield button is in a super awkward position on that little controller thing. On the,
Not really. You just kind of have to push it. If
You gotta,
once you
like-
remember where it is,
Yeah.
you just kind of reach over and tap because it's the same button to respawn. So,
I'd say like respawn should have been right there, and then
well, the shield
Um,
button is the respawn.
the shield button could have been like
Tap the center.
yeah, like a comm badge or something. Just boop.
Yeah. I feel like I'm like massaging
I-
myself.
Exactly. That's what I felt because like it was sitting. I'm like, this is
Awkward.
doesn't look awkward at all. Yeah, but it could be
It could be designed a lot better.
designed a lot better. It's on clearance in like every store, so I guess they're discontinuing it. It's not
Mm.
really selling all that well.
Well, no, the guns weren't.
The guns weren't clearance.
The
in Walmart.
accessories were.
Accessories were. I think it's not too much longer until the guns go
Yeah.
down too.
Well, like I said, they've been on clearance for a while.
Yeah.
But oh well. Just have to keep an eye out.
Mhm.
Yeah, Chloe and I were playing. She's a cheater. She is running around, one hand over her, covering both, shooting. I'm like, you are such a cheater. And she's got it slid forward, so I can't shoot her in the back.
Shooter in the back. Yep. That was that was the one thing that got that convinced me that you had to get a target vest.
Right.
And it even tells you in the booklet. It's like, don't cover the front of the gun, or else you can't shoot or be shot at.
Right.
So it's like, well, that's just incentive for me to run around and like, bang bang, cover the gun again. Oh.
Well, no, I found out there's 2 nodes on the front. I figured out which one's the or it tells you, it says this is the IR receiver, this is the IR transmitter.
Yep.
Okay, transmitter's how I shoot.
Uh-huh.
Cover up receiver. Bang,
Uh-huh.
bang, bang, bang.
Stick that in your pipe and smoke it.
Smoke it a pancake.
Bong the bits.
So, I'll be downside. The gun only has an effective range of about 10 feet.
Mhm.
It's not that far.
No.
We were doing tests, with
Seeing
the
what your
targets,
distance
see
is.
how far
Yeah.
you could get away. It's not the greatest of distance.
One of the scope accessory.
Yep.
It says it extends the range to like 30 feet.
I think what it does is it puts a powerful laser on there. It puts a stronger laser on it.
That could be. Have to See, my only thing is like, are they hot swappable? If you can, like, does it when you put? Can you keep swapping the stuff in and out? That would be
I don't know.
the thing. I don't want to go and like buy all 4 of them, and then realize I can't do it. It's like, oh, that's stupid.
No, that's where you just need 2 guns.
Yes,
Two on one, 2 on the other.
and 2 target vests, double the life.
What I didn't realize is if you're red and I'm blue, and I shoot you on your vest, it hurts you. But if I'm on your team and I shoot you, I can bring you back to life.
Oh, really?
Or it activates your shield.
Okay.
So if you're on the same team and I shoot you in the vest, if you're alive, it puts your shield on. If you're dead, it brings you back.
Gotcha. Well, that's
Yeah. So that's pretty sweet.
you can have up to 4 teams.
Yep.
Did it say how many players can be on team?
No. Teams are infinite, 4 teams.
Okay, gotcha. We could raid.
What was the little pod thing?
the little
It's like ITS or something like that?
it was more like
A flag, wasn't it?
a capture the flag type thing. It had to be shot 3 times. Basically what you were doing is you were trying to get like your team's color on all 3 bars.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, or all 4 bars, excuse me.
Intelligent targeting system.
Yeah, we'll read up on it real quick.
Team up for capture the flag. ITS rotates for added challenge. Multiple built-in games. Sentry mode. ITS scans for enemies and blasts them. I don't think it really scans. I think it just keeps putting out puts out a beam. Medic bone. ITS regenerates health. Bomb mode. ITS sends out explosive burst of damage to enemies. That's pretty cool.
So it's like it's got some built-in games in there. You can like try to.
Which is also cool because just running around shooting gets kind of old after a while. So we may have to pick up some of this. The mini targets. Oh, these are just smaller targets. Okay. I was just wondering what the difference between that and the strike target was. Okay. Nope.
It's just smaller.
Yep. Let's see what there was attachments.
Yep.
What's this refractor launch system?
Think of it as like a grenade.
Oh, it takes out multiple. Oh, so it just like widens the beam basically.
Yep.
Enemy scanner. Detects enemy movement. Really? Does it really?
That's what it says. I guess it. Well, I mean, if you, I don't know how well it would work like around walls and stuff.
Right.
But if you're out in the, because it's infrared, so if you're out in like the dark or something, it might locate some guns that are pointed at you from an enemy team.
Okay, bull hockey. I call bull hockey on this.
What?
The scope says it doubles the range up to 100 feet. That means its standard range is 50 feet.
Yes, it does.
Bull hockey. No way those things reach 50 feet.
Some hot line.
I don't know.
The rapid fire system. That one looked kind of cool. Just,
Maybe if it's like hooked up to a wall where it's got like unlimited power. I don't know what kind of batteries or whatever that thing was using. It's just a rapid fire.
yeah, and it has its own recoil action.
Nice.
So it's
So did the scope.
something else you got to put batteries in.
Yeah. No, what was it? Was it the launch system? Real recoil action. It's the refractor thingy. So there's that.
It's a neat little system. We'll have to test out in the dark one night.
How about tonight?
How about tonight? Well,
Just saying. Chloe was calling me when I was coming back over the bridge at getting the food.
Uh-huh.
When are we going to play laser tag? Because we played, and then I was like, we'll play again later when Philip comes over, but somebody didn't come over till it was time to podcast.
Well, I mean,
So he's like, when are we going to laser tag?
try it at night, see how well it works then.
Yeah.
Because it's infrared, so like sunlight would
Mm-hmm.
mess with that a little bit.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe that is it. Could also be a temperature thing.
Mm-hmm.
Might work better in the cold. You brought your stuff, right?
Oh yeah, it's in the car.
Oh, okay.
I only have I have 4 partially charged AA's.
Oh.
That's my thing. Yeah.
So you're all batteried up?
Hmm?
Did you?
I don't have any AAAs. I don't for the best.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've got some.
I'm just
I found battery packs, so I didn't really have to break into the ones I already had.
awesome.
I did have to break into the AAA thing, I think, but still plenty there. Because I both my targets and the vest are all everything's powered up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So we're gonna get off here in a little bit
All right.
and play some WoW. But
wow.
so you're at 45.
45.
What's your experience with the game though? You've
Um,
had a lot of time to play.
Yeah, I'm really liking the game.
You've been playing a lot more. I noticed that.
I'm playing a lot more. I've been doing the when I was talking to you, I have so far I have 3 quest completion achievements.
Right. But that might change based on
Yeah.
what I told you, right?
Basically, yeah, you told because I was like, well, I want to stay in this area and complete all the quests and da 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 da, and you said, well, you can do that. Just level up to what's
85 is the max level.
well, no, I just have Burning Crusade.
I know, but it doesn't give you switch over to gold till you get max level.
Okay.
Like, well, I don't know how that works. Maybe for the expansion, unless you don't, I don't know. Because the way I know that once you hit max level and you can't gain experience anymore, then it switches to gold. But since you
Okay.
only have Birdie Crusade, maybe it would do it for 70.
Okay, 70 is that the
70
one?
is
Okay,
as far as you can go right now.
gotcha. And then Lich King is
80.
80. Okay,
And then Cataclysms where it changed to 5, and it's
Fives.
85.
gotcha. Okay,
Mists of Pandaria, it's going to be 80. Or it's going to be 90.
Gonna be
Excuse
nice.
me.
Okay, gotcha.
Um,
So yeah, I feel like I hit 70. I could still run around and kill.
Yep. But you might as well just
Mhm.
Lich King,
Go
Cataclysm.
up to it, yeah. Do you have to get both of them, or can I just buy Cataclysm?
You have to get Lich King,
Okay,
but you wouldn't have to get Cataclysm at first,
okay, gotcha.
because you could play through, get to 80, and then get Cataclysm to
And
go
then
the
buy
extra
Cataclysm.
5. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. I didn't know if it would like backtrace the other ones.
Nope.
Or if okay,
They say on the box requires Wrath of the Lich King to play.
gotcha.
Yep.
Okay.
But then when you get
Alright.
Lich King, you're only 10 levels from 55. That's when you get the Death Knight.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the Death Knight starts at 55. So you don't have to level him from 0.
Yeah.
Mists of Pandaria, we get another new class, the Monk.
The monk. I'm not really because is a monk technically like a healer?
It's everything.
Oh,
Like it's a healer, tank, and a DPS. It's designed to do like all 3 depending on which tree you choose.
okay, gotcha.
Think of it like a paladin,
Gotcha.
but like cloth wear.
I like my hunter.
Yeah.
My hunter is dude. Now that I could have mail armor,
Oh yeah.
I'm just like, I'm like,
Hey,
yes,
you're
I can
only
take
15.
hits.
You're only 15 levels away from flying too.
Yeah. Oh man. Flying.
Yep.
I have I'm up to master first aid.
Cool.
So that was I want to say I spent like 8-9 gold total, and
Those are easier to learn when you level them up as you're leveling.
Mm-hmm.
Like my mage, it's the same level you're at. I've been kind of leveling it up as I level, and it's great because what I did is just as I leveled, I didn't sell any of the cloth I get.
Yep.
And you
That's,
just kind of like
That was my thing. Is I had no linen cloth. So
Right.
like I had to go.
and buy the linen cloth.
I just bought
And
all the linen
sometimes to
cloth.
get that like extra bump to be able to use the next kind of cloth, I would have to go and buy some cloth just to be able to get those extra levels to unlock, silk cloth that I can make
Yep.
into bandages now.
Let's see. I've linen, wool, silk. I'm up to
Mage weave.
Yeah, which is like
And then comes rune cloth, I think.
haven't gotten any of that yet.
That's
But yeah,
50-ish range. Or it used to
like,
be.
you have to.
I don't know if it still is.
I could buy master first aid, but I gotta be level 50. I was like, oh, that's so stupid.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Um,
Kill.
I was going to say something, but I think we're going to try out some of the battlegrounds, which you get experience for.
Cool.
Yep.
Now, what are battlegrounds?
Battlegrounds are the PvPs things.
Okay.
They're like there are different battlegrounds. Let me make sure I don't forget them all and pull them up. Okay. So what happens is think of it like Dungeon Finder.
Okay.
where you queue up for it, and then it goes bong. You're ready for and you enter it. Same thing. You get taken to a separate zone.
Mhm.
They have the first one is Warsong Gulch, which is just capture the flag. Here's your base. Here's their base. Go first to 3 flags wins.
Okay.
I hate that mode. I really do. I hate the capture the flag games, just because, for the most part, once their team gets the flag, they just like run, and I always never can catch up with them.
Okay.
Then you got Arathi Basin, which looks like we can play. Arathi Basin, think Battlefield, where you have your different nodes.
Okay.
You got like 5 resource points, and you're trying to capture them and drain the other person's resources to 0.
Okay. This is if anyone out there's playing Battlefield 3.
Yep.
There's the same type of mode in
Yep. There's 5 bases. Once you get, if you get 3 or more, like the more bases you get, the more the opposing team's reinforcements is what they call it will drop.
Okay.
If you get all of them, they'll start dropping really quickly. But it's hard to keep 5 bases. By the way, Warsong Gulch is 10 people per side.
Okay.
Arathi Basin is 15.
Okay.
Then there's, which we can't do yet, is Alterac Valley, one of my favorites, because it's 40 on 40, and it's just straight up war, because it's this big map, this big valley that you have to get on your mountain and just ride.
Okay.
Their commander's at the top, yours is at the bottom. You got to kill their commander before they kill yours. And then there's a bunch of towers in the middle that, like, you get extra. It's easier to kill their commander if you kill all the bases in between.
Okay, gotcha.
Because you can unlock graveyards and stuff for you to respawn at. So you're respawning at the graveyard instead of. Those games used to take, like, days. Like, back when it was just limited to your server, and before they retooled it, like, there were games that would go for like 12 hours. Now it's like a max of 45 minutes.
Okay.
Now
with these
those are the only in original WoW. Those are the ones that shipped with the game, or before.
Now with the you said the one commander's at the top of the hill, one's at the bottom.
Yep.
Does that switch?
No.
No.
So it's like the Horde is at the bottom, the Alliance is always at the top.
Okay, gotcha.
Which is really weird because I used to always play Alliance, and then when I flipped to Horde, you're like, I don't understand. Everything's opposite.
I gotta go up. I don't understand.
Yeah. So Burning Crusade showed or added in Eye of the Storm, which this is one of my favorites. It's a capture the flag, but it's different. It's like 2 modes combined. It's 4 bases, like Arathi Basin. All right.
Okay.
And you get points. I think it's the points go up instead. You get more points for holding the bases longer. But in addition, in the middle, there's a flag. There's 1 flag.
Okay.
So if you grab the flag and go to a base that you control, you get points for that too. So you can have capture the flag and the resource thing, so that if you're losing in the capture the flag, well, let's just put more effort into getting their bases. You could still come back that way.
Sounds interesting.
And then Isle of Conquest was added in with Wrath of the Lich King. I believe that was another capture the flag type game.
Okay.
I don't like that one so much. And I've not played.
Any of the Cataclysm ones?
I don't think I played any of the Cataclysm ones. Twin Peaks I played. That's a. What is Isle of Conquest? I don't know if I've played Isle of Conquest actually. Oh, Isle of Conquest is kind of fun. It's you have to assault the other team's base.
Okay.
And you unlock. There's all these points along the way, and there's like if you go to the top of one hill and you capture that base, airships come in and you can aerially assault their base.
Okay.
There's like a docks on the other side. Then Strand of the Ancients is one I like. It's one team defends, the other team attacks.
Gotcha.
And it swaps.
That swaps. Okay.
Yep. You get 2 times each time.
Gotcha.
And then it's here. I'll bring up the map. You have these different layers. All right. You start out here the defense starts out at the top. It's basically D-Day.
Okay.
You come in on the boats. Everybody's on the shoreline already waiting for you, and you're just assaulting them with all these guns. And they have like cannons and stuff that they can drive in, and you're trying to destroy these gates.
Gotcha.
And once you destroy the gates, then like everyone, you can now get to the second gates, and then you're trying to get all the way to the chamber. And there's there's like a crystal in there you have to touch.
Gotcha.
And then you win the game by touching that crystal. So that one's really fun. I like that one of the best. And then I don't know if I've done. Oh, I have done Battle for Gilneas. This one is it's a resource game.
Okay.
Just like the other one, but it's a small map. There's only 3 points, and it's a very tiny map. It's only 10 people, so and they're really close. The bases are really close to each other.
Okay, lots of getting in there and getting action.
Mm-hmm. So,
because that was the big problem I had with the last instance we tried to do.
I just closed the show notes.
You just closed show notes. That happens. the very last instance we tried to do, I died, and I went all the way back to the beginning of the level. Well, all the monsters had respawned between me and the party, and it was like I couldn't get to you guys, so I just stayed there at the entrance, and I collected the reward.
Nice. Yeah. So, we'll try and jump in on that.
Yeah, but like now I have a character who can carry his weight a little bit. So I mean he'll
probably do some Arathi Basin.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah. So I'm gonna play this.
Play us out.
So thank you guys I know we kind of rambled a little bit towards the end, and thank you guys for listening to this episode. Remember that Philip dancing over there. Remember, you can always, we love feedback, guys. We really want to hear from you guys. Heard a great couple of things for people on YouTube commenting on the videos. Thank you guys for subscribing and commenting on the videos. We love that. I love interacting with you guys. Philip doesn't do it so much. I guess that's my job.
I'm busy trying to figure out what we're supposed to be doing. It's like,
Your hair looks nice.
Yeah, thank you.
So, remember, if you want to email us, send us any feedback that way. Chris@ocdcast.com. Let a burp out there. You can follow us on Twitter. I'm at twitter.com/ChrisTheProf. Philip is at Philip_RD, but he won't respond to you.
You never know. I mean, I will respond if I am.
Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
So we have a Facebook page, facebook.com/obsessivecomicsdisorder, and all of this information you can always find on ocdcast.com. This wonderful music you're hearing in your ears right now, that is the song L3 by Skyhawk. He has graciously allowed us to use it as our intro and outro theme music. So thanks. Thanks again to him for letting us use it. It's on his album Function. Go get it now. It's awesome. So.
Death Pockets.
I can't do a show like this. I'm done. I'm out. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be back next week with another exciting episode. But in the meantime, I'm Chris.
I'm Philip. Stick around for the after show, guys.
Yes, we'll be playing some WoW here in a second.
Woo!
Thank you guys for listening. This has been Relative Dimensions. We will see you next time.